This tutorial is going to focus on how to use blogs in Moodle. The word blog is a shortened version for the word weblog, meaning the ability to write and communicate over the internet by sharing your thoughts and ideas. Typically, blogs within Moodle are site-wide, and this is important to know because that means that anyone logged into Baker University's Moodle site would be able to access and read the blog. Okay? Blogs are another means to develop written communication skills and offer opportunities for peers to share their thoughts with one another and to provide feedback. All right? Moodle gives each user the individual ability to write a blog. Okay, so this tutorial is going to look at how to do that and what are some of the functions within the blog setting. So the way to create a blog, okay, regardless of what class you're in, it doesn't matter. You create a blog by clicking on your name in the upper right hand corner. You'll see it behind the phrase you are logged in as, and then your name appears. So go ahead and click on that. Now when the screen refreshes, it's going to take you to your profile page. And in your profile page, you have a tab titled Blog. Okay. Go ahead and click on that. Now what you'll see here in this demonstration is that a demo student already has written a blog. If he hadn't written a blog, this wouldn't be here. It would be completely empty. Okay, so I'm kind of giving you the view of one that's already written. So let's look at how to write a blog first. Okay, then we can look at the different parts of it. So to write a blog, when you drop into this screen, okay, so after you've clicked on the blog tab in your profile, you're going to click on the phrase add a new entry. Okay, now this is going to give you a screen to work within to put your content. So you want to make sure you give it an example. I'm sorry, you want to make sure you give it a title, okay, right here at the top. Anytime you see this red asterisk, that's a required field, okay, so even if you were to forget to do that and you went to hit save at the bottom, Moodle will tell you, oh, you have to go back and do this. So you enter your title in there, and this is the body, okay, this is where the content of the blog should appear here. So depending on if it's for personal use or if there's a particular assignment that you're trying to meet the expectations for, that would matter what goes in here. But notice that you have this full toolbar, okay? You can create hyperlinks to websites. You can insert images, okay? You can embed by toggling over to HTML. You can embed images or video if they come with embed codes. You can spell check your work. You can change the font. You can change the color. You have all the ability to adjust as you would with any regular web toolbar. Okay. Okay. Now once you've typed that, you scroll down. Okay. Next one is attachment. If you would like to attach a file to your blog, you can. You do not have to. Okay. Obviously you don't have to, but if you'd like to, this is the ability to. If you click on Browse, all right, that's going to bring up your computer's typically main drive area, okay, or your desktop. Okay, so I'm going to pull that down here for us. Okay, so I'm going to go get a Word file. So I'm going to click on it. Notice the file's name now appears down here next to file name. I'm going to click Open. Okay, you'll see now the document appears in this rectangle next to the word Browse, which is perfect. Okay, next is you have the option of how you would like to publish this. Your options are anyone on this site, which is again what I talked about earlier, that anyone can view it once they're in Moodle, or yourself, which means it's just in draft mode, which means even your instructor wouldn't be able to see it yet. Alright, so anything that you're going to have to put out there publicly, particularly if it's an assignment, you're going to have to do anyone on this site. Okay, the official tags you won't have to worry about. Those are set by the site administrator. But tags down here become very important because and I'll show you this, your instructor has the ability to add little blocks within the course that are either blog menus or tag menus. And the way tags work is that they are identifiers. They are phrases or words that identify key components of the blog. Okay, so down here, I'm going to give a tag of example. Now you separate multiple tag phrases by a comma right after the word and then a space. Then I'm going to give another tag of baker, and then I'm going to give another tag. Okay, and really these tags allow these to be allow your blog to become searchable and identifiable. Okay, and I'll show you how it works in the tag cloud, because the more you contribute to your blog and the more often you use the same tags, the more defined that tag will appear in the tag cloud. So it'll be prominent, it'll stick out. Okay, so let's scroll down, and when you're finished, you'll click Save Changes. And you'll see now that when the screen refreshes, okay, the most recent blog appears on top. Okay, remember, this is what we had when we first logged in, and this is the one we just created. Okay, you notice here that the profile information appears. Okay, so you have the picture if available here, the person, the author of the blog would appear here, the day, time, and date. Time, date that the blog was written, okay, and then also the title right here. All right, here's where the content would appear, however much or however little there is. Notice down here the tags. Okay, we'll come back to those in a second. And if you scroll over here to the right, you'll see that here's if there's any attachments. Here's where attachments can appear, and they can be pictures, Excel, Word documents, PDF. Okay. No, this is the publish, right? This is let you know this is anyone on the site can see it. And if it was in draft mode, it would appear here as draft mode, so you would know that it hasn't been published yet. And then down here, if you'd like to change or add something, you click on Edit, and it'll take you back in to be able to alter content. Or if you want to get rid of this particular entry, you would click Delete, and it would take it away. Okay. Now, what's interesting is how to use these tags to search for items. Okay, so for instance, notice that the tag phrase baker appears up here and the tag phrase baker appears down here. So I'm going to click on the word baker as a tag. Okay, what it does is it brings me into a page that shows recent blog entries with this tag. Okay, now it gives me all the recent ones. If I wanted to see all the blogs that reference baker in their tag, I would click here, and then all the blogs would appear. And again, if there was a longer list, it would obviously scroll down longer. Okay, all right. Now the same thing, like if we were to do student. Okay, notice now there's only one. Okay, at least there's only one particular blog entry that has used the word student as a tag phrase. So this becomes a way, particularly if your instructors create an assignment where they ask you to insert a tag phrase of microeconomics. Everyone used that tag phrase. Well, this would be a way then to be able to filter and see all the different blogs that relate to that. And tag phrases should be representative of an important or key point to the blog. Okay. Another tool from within here is that you can edit your tags and adjust your tags as you would like. Okay. All right. So from this screen, we want to go back out to the login page. Okay, so I can show you how the tag cloud works. Okay, so from this screen, if I clicked on Home, this is going to take us back out to the login page. Now, you'll see here, or the screen that gives you the list of your classes once you have logged in. Okay, if you scroll down, you'll see underneath online users, you'll see blog tags. Okay, so this is what I mean by a blog that has multiple posts to it. The title or the tag that they use is bold. So you see here, if you look at this list, you see China Rising is bold, BBL 433, LJ4 is bold, especially versus AHA to Clements. okay, and that it has more pronounced appearance to it. That means there are more blogs using that particular tag, so it sticks out. Okay, so if we were to click on BBL 433 LJ4, okay, we are then dropped in to this blog, and you see here as I scroll down, these are all the blog entries that have BBL 433 LJ4 as their tag phrase. Okay, all right, and so that's kind of how it works, and it's another way. It's another way for you to be able to track your blogs and your blog entries. Okay. So that's basically how to use the blogs or the blog function in Moodle. Anytime your instructor assigns this, if they do not give you another route that you would want to, as far as to get to the blogs, to enter a new blog, you'd want to follow this path by clicking on your name, clicking on the blog tab, and then adding a new entry this way. Okay, and so it becomes a effective way to communicate, but it also there should be an emphasis on realizing that more than just your classmates or your instructor will be able to see the blog. So that adds a little bit of pressure to the idea of how you communicate and how you validate your thoughts can be shared site-wide.